Hello everybody, welcome to Craft Time with me, Hannah, from Little Supernovas and Onceupona. Today we will be making a paper weave basket, like the one from Little Red Riding Hood, that Little Red Riding Hood takes all the treats for her grandma in. For this craft you will need 3 pieces of A4 paper. You can use coloured paper or white paper, colouring pencils and pens. You will need a pair of scissors, some sellotape, and if you have it, a stapler. But don't worry if you don't, you can do this without one. So let's get started. Okay, we are ready to make our paper weave basket. So here is what we are going to be making today. Just like out of Little Red Riding Hood, the lovely basket they take to their grandparents' house, and it's got lots of space, look, inside for you to carry any of your things, and a lovely handle. Okay, so to start with we need our pieces of paper. I'm using coloured paper today, blue, orange and red. You can use white paper, of course. If you are using white paper, please do take some time to colour it in so that your basket can be nice and bright and colourful when it's finished. So do take some time to do that. So the first thing we need to do is take away 2 of our pieces of paper. We don't need them right now. So I'm going to put my orange and my red to the side, just have my blue. This is going to be the base of the basket. So we need a pen or pencil. And what we do is we're going to draw a line about a thumb width from the top of the piece of paper. So if you put your thumb at the very top and then you just draw a line underneath it straight across like that. You don't need a ruler or anything like that. Don't worry if it's not completely straight. It's just going to be a guideline for our scissors. So this is where we need our scissors. Please do make sure you have adult supervision around when you're using scissors. So what we're going to do is we're going to cut slits in our paper, not all the way to the top, just to that line that we've drawn there. So like this, take your scissors, start from the bottom of the page all the way up to the guideline there, and then stop so that this piece doesn't come off like that. And you just do it again until you've got slits across your piece of paper. If you have younger children doing this craft, then you want to have less slits that are more spaced out. This just means that when we come to weaving, it will be much easier for younger children to do it. If you are older and like a bit of a challenge today, you can do smaller, thinner slits that there are more of to make your weave a little more intricate. So do make that decision while you're cutting them. They don't all need to be the same size, these slits. They don't need to be completely straight, so don't worry. You just need to have enough in there to make a nice weave. There we are. So then you should have a piece of paper like this where the slits are attached to the top. So we're going to put our base to the side for now. We don't need it right this minute. We're going to go to our 2 pieces of paper that we haven't used yet. Here they are, my orange and my red. And what we are going to do with these is take our scissors again. And this time we are going to cut strips all the way up that look like this. And this is what we will use for our weaving. So take your scissors and just cut some slits all the way up to create strips of paper. Again, they don't all need to be the same size. They can be as thick and thin as you like, and they don't have to be straight. Yes, we go all the way up both your pieces of paper. I'm doing mine together. You can do 2 pieces of paper separately if it's easier for you to cut. Okay, so let's put our strips to one side so that we know they're there. And we now need to get our base back. Here it is. This is where we need to start weaving. So take your first strip. I'm going to use red first. And what we want to do is go underneath that first strip there, over the top of the second one, underneath the third, over the top, and just repeat until your piece is all the way out to the other side. And it should look something like that. So then you want your next strip. My next one's going to be orange. I'm going to do alternating colours. So the next one needs to go over the top. So if you went under your first one, this one's going to go over the top. If you went over, you need to go under this time, so that your colours are alternating. Very good. To make your weave pattern, so that should look like that. And you take your next strip and you just continue until you've filled your whole piece of paper with your strips. You don't need to just use 2 colours, you could use 3 colours. You could use white paper with designs on it. It's completely up to you. You just keep going till you're down to the bottom of the page. You'll see now why thicker strips and slits are easier to weave. So once you've gone all the way down to the bottom, you'll have something that looks a little bit like this one that I made earlier. There we are. So your strips are all the way down to the bottom. And then what you'll need is to cut a piece of sellotape off of your roll. Got some already made just here. And you need to sellotape the bottom so that your strips stay where they are. Like so. And then turn it over and push the sellotape down. And this way, your strips now, they won't drop out. So we need more sellotape again, so we get more sellotape. And we want to sellotape along the sides like this to make sure your strips stay in place. So cut a piece of sellotape off and just pop it along that edge on both sides of your weave. Because you see, the paper does move around, so we're going to stick it down so that it definitely stays where we want it to. There we are. So make sure you do the other side as well. We're going to fold it up from the bottom all the way up to the top and fold along there. So now your basket should look like this, but we don't want these bits along the side. So get your scissors again, and we're just going to snip off those loose ends. Like that. There we are. Just snip off those loose ends, and the other side as well. There we go, so that it looks a little neater. So now your basket is almost ready. You just need a little bit more sellotape. So cut another strip of sellotape and we're going to put that along this edge. And we're going to turn it over and sellotape them together. This will close the side of your basket. So you need just one more piece. And do that same to the other side. Push it down. Lovely. So now your basket should only open from this end. Now, if you want to, you can add a handle. So take one of the strips that you didn't use earlier on. I'm going to choose red. And what we're going to do is we're going to tuck it inside the top like that and wrap it over and go down the other side like that. So you need just a small piece of sellotape here to do that. 2 small pieces of sellotape. There we are. And what you want to do, if you have a stapler, you can also staple the handles in if you do, but if not, just use sellotape, it works perfectly well. So there's my first handle. I'm going to get my second bit of sellotape. And I'm going to fold my handle over, and I want it to go there. So I'm going to put my sellotape there. There we are. there we go. You have a beautiful paper weave basket. Well done, everybody. Well done, everybody. What lovely paper weave baskets we've made today. Please do feel free to share your basket on social media with us and tag us at Little Supernovas and at Onceupona on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. We would love to see all of your creations. If you enjoyed this craft from Little Red Riding Hood, then you can get our activity pack from our website, littlesupernovas.com. I look forward to seeing you again for our next craft time. Bye!